Guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe, staying at home. So guys, there's a story that's broke out. There's a sparring partner of Amir Khan and Manny Pacquiao, I believe, has come out with a statement. His statement was that Amir Khan got slept by Manny Pacquiao in sparring all those years ago. This is what this man had to say. Let me get it up right now for you. Here we go. Just getting it up right now. All right, so here we go. I didn't see it myself. This is a really important bit. I didn't see it myself. Khan was all over the place on many occasions, and everybody at the gym knows it. I heard stories that he was asleep on the floor. I have heard that. Again, he didn't see it. I have heard that. Khan's chin is just like that. He is a great fighter, great athlete, a super boxer. His hand speed is fast, but his chin, he hasn't got a good chin. You can't put muscles on your chin. Freddie wanted him to get in and out, but Khan stays in the pocket too long, pleasing the crowd, and then comes unstuck because of his chin. Pacquiao would have knocked him out back then, yesterday, today, or tomorrow. Khan is much faster than Pacquiao, but the power that Pacquiao poses, there is nothing in Khan's punches. When Pacquiao hits you, you know it. It's like a cap gun when Khan hits, but it's like a machine gun when Pacquiao hits. Okay, so this is what this guy had to say. I think his name's Bryne. He's a sparring partner. The important part in that interview for me is he says, I heard. I never seen it myself. That's the first thing that he says in that interview that he gave with Sky Sports. But I think it's irrelevant, because why would you bring out a story like that 10 years later? It doesn't make any sense. Everybody knows Amir Khan's not a hot prospect. He's a guy that's achieved what he needed to do in the sport, and now he's at the end of his career. It's not like you're giving us information that we don't know already. Everybody knows about Amir Khan's chin. Everybody's seen it. We've seen it in fights. We've seen him fight. You know, I just think it's another story in order to defame Khan, to keep talking about his chin. It's irrelevant. You know, that chin didn't stop him from becoming world champion, from becoming unified world champion. It didn't stop him from beating 11 world champions out of the 15 he fought. So at the end of the day, sparring is sparring. I heard stories that Anthony Joshua got knocked out in sparring. You know, but that was relevant because that was during training camp, right before his fight. This is 10 years later where the story has no relevance. It's not like Pacquiao and Khan are fighting anytime soon, or they've got a scheduled fight and this guy's coming out with this news. This is irrelevant. Everybody knows about Khan. Again, like I said, it's not news. It's not news. I've heard Alex Ariza say that Amir Khan never got knocked down in sparring. And Amir Khan and Pacquiao had competitive styles with Fight Hype interview, and he was there every single sparring. Alex Ariza was with Amir Khan up until Amir Khan fought Danny Garcia. He wasn't there for the Danny Garcia fight, but he was there with Amir Khan for every single fight under Freddie Roach. And then let's not forget, after Amir Khan lost to Danny Garcia, he left Roach. So Alex Ariza was there when Amir Khan was sparring Manny Pacquiao. He was his strength and conditioning coach, and he said that Amir Khan never got dropped in sparring once. It was competitive spars with Pacquiao. Also, Khan himself came out when Freddie Roach said, because Freddie Roach said this as well, but that was because Freddie Roach and Amir Khan were on bad terms. He said Pacquiao knocked him out in sparring. And Amir Khan then responded straight away by saying, Freddie, why are you lying? I've got footage of those sparring sessions. I've got footage of every single sparring session I've had with Manny Pacquiao. So, who cares with Manny Pacquiao knock Khan out? Even if Manny Pacquiao did knock Khan out in sparring, right, and knocked him out cold, it doesn't really matter. Do I think if Amir Khan and Manny Pacquiao fought that Manny Pacquiao would have knocked Amir Khan out? Yes. I believe he would have knocked. I think he would knock Amir Khan out now. I think he would have knocked him out in his prime. It doesn't. That's got nothing to do with a sparring session. I just think Manny Pacquiao was better. You know. But again, I'll say it again. The story is irrelevant. The timing of the story is irrelevant. We already know of everything about Amir Khan and his career. What he achieved. He achieved great. Like I said, he's a quality fighter. The reason why we talk about Amir Khan is because he achieved something in boxing. We don't talk about this guy that came out with the story. Nobody talks about him because he didn't achieve what Khan achieved in boxing. That guy that came out with the story, the sparring partner, might have had a granite chin. But why didn't he achieve what Khan achieved in boxing? Because he wasn't as good. So the point is, you can have a bad chin. You could have a great chin, but you could have a great chin. If you don't have the skills, then you're not going to achieve anything in boxing. You could have a bad chin, but you could have skills, and you can still achieve in boxing. And Amir Khan's a perfect example in that. A perfect example of that. So this story to me is just, again, I feel like it's another story in order to put Khan down. Whether it's true or not, it's irrelevant to me. Because it's not like Amir Khan and Manny Pacquiao are fighting and it happened 10 years ago. This was 10 years ago. So, and to be honest, at the time, I never heard anything like this. Never heard any stories like this. So, who cares? Like I said, who cares whether he did or not? If he did, if Amir Khan was going into a fight with Manny Pacquiao, right, then it would be relevant. Or if Amir Khan was sparred Manny Pacquiao and he's got a fight in 2 months' time, then it would be relevant. But I don't know why the guy said what he said. There was no need for it. Listen, the fact is, like I said, he's a former unified light welterweight champion. He's achieved a lot in boxing. Someone said to me that if you think Amir Khan, if he had a granite chin, just say like a Froch, do you think he'd be one of the greatest of all time, or something? He said something like that. I don't think he'd be one of the greatest of all time. I think he'd be a Hall of Famer for sure. I think he would have beaten a lot more fighters. If I'm honest, I think he would have beaten. I think if he had a granite chin, he probably would have even beaten Canelo. If I'm honest. I think he would have beaten Canelo if his chin. I think he might have been too small for Canelo regardless, because you could have a granite chin, but that doesn't mean you can go up and fight Joshua because so he might have been too small regardless. But he probably would have. He would have definitely beaten Danny Garcia quite comfortably. He would have beaten most guys. To be honest, he beat most guys now. You know, he only lost a couple fights. You know, if you lose out of 40 fights, you lose 4 or 5. It's and win 35. It's not exactly a bad record, especially when you beat 11 world champions out of the 12 you faced. To be fair, it doesn't really bother me about this story. I think it's irrelevant. But could Pacquiao have knocked Amir Khan in sparring? Possibly. But like I said, I don't think the story holds any relevance. There's been many great fighters. David Price knocked Joshua down in sparring. Look what Anthony Joshua has achieved in boxing, and look what David Price has achieved in boxing. You know? Again, this sparring partner might have been Manny Pacquiao's sparring partner. Might have never ever got hurt against Manny Pacquiao in sparring. But again, and Khan might have got hurt in sparring against Manny Pacquiao. But look at what Bryne achieved in boxing, and look what Amir Khan achieved in boxing. This is what I'm trying to say. So it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant, you know, because at the end of the day, for me, chin's not everything in boxing. Skills pay bills, and Amir Khan had great skills, and that's why he achieved what he achieved in boxing. Because if he didn't have the skills, he wouldn't have gone anywhere near becoming a world champion. At the end of the day, you need to have skills in boxing to become a world champion, to become a unified world champion, to beat several world champions. You have to have great skills, and Khan had skills, and that's why he was able to achieve what he did in the sport. So it's irrelevant whether he got knocked out in sparring against Pacquiao or not. That's just my honest opinion. I think most people would say sparring is just sparring. We already saw in fights with Amir Khan what he was about and how good he was and where his weaknesses were. You know, we saw it in real fights. So we don't need somebody to come out and say, well, he's not saying something that everybody doesn't know already. So that's my take on it. Like I said, I think it's just another story in order to defame Khan. I feel like Sky Sports do a lot of those stories trying to put Khan down for some reason. I don't know why that is. They definitely doesn't seem like they have a great relationship with him, because they always, every time they put up a story about Khan, it's always negative. You know, they never, very rarely put out positive stories about Khan for some reason. I don't know why. But that's my take on it. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. And guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. I want to thank you all for me reaching 7,000 subs. I appreciate your support. Guys, as you can probably see from my channel art, I have recently started Patreon and Blogger. If you were to click on this icon here, it will take you to my Patreon page. And I just want to take you through my Patreon page. So at the minute, I've got 2 options. Hopefully, I will increase this if my Patreon grows. But at the minute, I've got one option, which is $1 a month fan donation, which will obviously help me produce better quality content on YouTube and faster for you guys. And I've got another option of $3 a month for 2 live streams a week discussing boxing with myself. You guys will get to speak to me face to face. And I'll take you to my boxing blog. So if you were to click on this B sign here, it will take you to my boxing blogs, which is this page here. And all you have to do is click on here, and that will take you to my boxing blogs, where you can see all my different articles that I've wrote. So as you can see, I've wrote 6 articles about different topics. So if you want to click on one of my articles, all you got to do is click on this, and it will take you straight to the article, and you can read it, and you can then go back and read the others if you would like. But yeah, guys, I thought I'd just highlight this to you. So make sure to read my articles. Make sure to subscribe to my Patreon if you're interested. And guys, I thank you for your support. I thank you for me reaching 7,000 subs. Guys, I'm out.